What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. So, guys, many people don't want to become Russell Wilson. And what do I mean by becoming Russell Wilson? I don't mean like a Super Bowl winning quarterback and, you know, he's a great athlete and those things people like about Russell Wilson, even though he struggled last year. You know, we're not talking about that. People don't want to be the guy who works all your life to become somebody and you be stuck with a woman that brings you down. That's every successful guy's horror. You work so hard to build yourself, you get with this person that can't do anything for you. That's just like, it's one of the worst things, all right? But the most severe consequence of all is being a stepdad to a child that is not yours. And let me just say this. In times past, it was okay. Most guys in America didn't mind it. It's kind of how our families worked. Hey, she has a kid. It's okay. I won't hold it against her. I can be stepdad. Because the black community had a lot more camaraderie at that time, right? It wasn't something that was heavily looked down upon. And a lot of black men just had low expectations. But now with the world becoming more accessible, combine that with the fact that it costs a lot of money to raise a kid, and it's hard for men to survive on their own. It's not a favorable thing. Even if you're rich, it's not favorable. Okay? But one of the worst things, here's the ultimate thing. That's the worst. You get with the woman. Listen to what I'm about to say. You get with the woman who you used to want to be with. She friend zoned you. Then she comes back to you once she's pregnant. That has to be the worst. Like, it just has to be the worst thing. You didn't want me. Now, all of a sudden, you know, you have this baby. You expect me to take care of this kid. And this is what you see happening, right? Now, let me talk about this. This is exactly what you see happening. This is what's happening with Angela Simmons in Romeo Miller. Now, Romeo did not want to be a stepdad to that guy's child. I forgot the guy's name, right? Didn't want to do it. Wasn't worth it. Didn't want to do it. Okay? Now, she started crying and all this. He doesn't want to be there for me. And again, when women start talking like that, the first thing we want to know is, what does the guy get from being there for you? Why does the guy always have to suffer on a woman's behalf? Why is that always the case? Like, you know, women in today's world, they never really expect, this is not everybody, but usually what's what I'm finding out, that, you know what, you're a guy, here's what I can offer you. You just don't see that. It's all about, what can you do for my kids? My kids come first. You need to provide for me and my kids. Like, you know, guys are just standing up in the line waiting to do that. You know, like it just makes sense, right? Oh my God, I'm just standing in line to be your kid's stepfather. And some ladies have kids by more than one man. And it's Sutton Tennyson I'm talking about. Because Romeo wanted her, she got with Sutton Tennyson. Now all of a sudden you want to go back and he's like, no, sorry. I have more value than that to myself. And that's shocking because a lot of ladies don't expect men to have that kind of feeling. Like, what do you mean you got value for yourself? It's okay for women to say that, but for a man to say it's a problem. Now, let me transpose something here, if I can. Romeo is now dealing with Drew Sangster, his baby's mama, okay? He's about to marry her, and Drew Sangster is absolutely beautiful, very attractive young lady. Okay? The moment that he announced that he wanted to be with Drew Sangster, what did we see? I'll tell you what we saw. Angela Simmons came out and said, you know what? Yo Gotti is the best man I ever had. I got the best man in the world. Really? Is that what it is? You see, can I say this? Angela Simmons wanted Romeo to be Yo Gotti. You know, Yo Gotti wanted Angela Simmons for years. Couldn't get her. She dated all other kinds of people. You know? She dated, let's see, who's that boxer? Daniel Jacobs. Yo Gotti was thirsting, making songs about her. And she wanted to keep these guys friend-zoned. That's what she wanted to do. And then when Romeo said no, now there's Yo Gotti. And the reason why Yo Gotti is there, because, can I just be honest here? Angela Simmons of 2023 is not Angela Simmons of 2013, 2012, where the block was hot about Angela Simmons, all right? And it has nothing to do with the fact that Angela Simmons is not attractive. Angela Simmons is very attractive. The situation is, in 2023, you have people like Chloe Bailey, who were not even an adult at that time, right? You got new women on the block. You got a new era. Okay? Chloe Bailey was all of, 13, right? So you got these women who couldn't participate in the dating market at 13. Now they're 24 or 25. Some of them have even graduated college, master's degrees and all that. Now they're eligible to be, they're grown women now. And that's what women don't look at. Like, okay, your newest competition is somebody that is probably not even going to be an adult until the next 5 or 10 years. Then there you are. So guys are like, wait a minute. Okay, well, you're 30 something. It's nice, but hey, you know, what is this person offering over here? Then now let's throw more stuff in the game. What about these passport bro guys? These guys are going overseas. These guys are doing everything. And it puts a lady like Angela Simmons back into the whole shelf like, all right, well, friend zoning these guys that have value doesn't work. And it doesn't. It doesn't. Romeo Miller would be considered by a lot of women a very great candidate to be a husband, to be, you know, largely great looking to a lot of ladies. He not gonna be sitting around waiting on you. And now you're trying to act like, well, you know what? Yo Gotti's the best man. No, you didn't even want Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti's the only man that's really taking you that serious. And this is what you're going to see once a lot of ladies start to hit, you know, let's say 30, 35, 40, those years. When you just start to see that, you're going to be like, wow. Wow. This is very interesting. Yeah, and guys are going to continue to do that all the time. The replacement, you know, when I was coming up, you know, there was a saying like, you know what, you need to treat a woman nice or somebody else is going to treat her well, right? The older I've gotten, the less I believe that is plausible as it used to be. Like if you don't do something for your woman, somebody else will. Then I started to see that there's so many women out there. And now the thing is, if you don't treat the guy great, if he has some value to him, he's gone. That's really the truth. Do you know how many ladies that I went to college with, they have never married? They will never marry? That window is completely gone now. Nice ladies, I will give them that, but it's gone for the most part. Nothing to do with them being bad people or anything. It's just that they got beat to the punch, just like in the NFL. You got some guys who just know how to play football. You know, get the quarterback been in the league for 12 years. Some guy comes out there first year, second year, he's a stud. Just happens that way. Life isn't fair. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.